Last month, Amazon announced that it would start selling unlocked Android phones at a discounted price only to Prime members. The only catch? Well, each phone has ads on the lock screen. Well, that's what Amazon tells you. There's actually a little bit more to it. Each phone comes preloaded with a significant amount of bloatware, but to heavy Amazon users like myself, this may not be an issue. Amazon Video, Amazon Music, Alexa, and IMDb are just a few of the preloaded apps found on the BLU R1 HD. And there's also a preloaded widget on the second home screen that mostly shows deals for tech products. Now, in my opinion, this isn't really an issue at all. In fact, I think that's one of the reasons why Amazon only sells this phone to Prime members in the first place. Now, if you ask me, I think the lock screen ads are kind of cool. It gives me easy access to new products. And I kind of see it as a lock screen background that constantly changes, and I'm totally fine with that. Now for this review, I'm going to talk more about my experiences with the phone and skip all the specs and techie stuff. If you want all of that, then please check out my first impressions video. Now, for your sake, I will say my phone is the 16 gig version with 2 gigs of RAM. The 5-inch 720p IPS LCD display is exactly what you would expect from a phone of this price. It has decent colors, but can look a little washed out at times. It also has some edge bleeding that I noticed at the top. You can also see some slight gray horizontal lines if you look hard enough. The thing that surprised me most about this phone is just how great it feels in the hand. Of course the back is plastic and removable, but overall the phone feels rather solid. It has a nice weight to it. It has a slight curved edge on the sides too. This makes the glass on the screen feel like it flows over to the sides instead of having these hard edges. Now, it's not a curved display in the sense of Samsung Galaxy Edge and all that stuff, but you get what I'm saying. The volume and power buttons both protrude nicely from the sides and have a nice satisfying click. If you see my first impressions video, which I highly suggest you go back and watch, I talked about audio quality being very poor when using hardwired headphones. It sounds like something is just not grounded properly or not wired correctly. I get a lot of hiss and feedback with playback of anything, which makes it really hard and obnoxious if I'm trying to watch a movie or TV show when compared to music playback. The rear-facing mono speaker is short on volume and placed in the wrong spot if you ask me. Now onto the performance of this phone. I have this phone updated to the latest softwares, and boy am I really impressed. Android M was made for low budget phones, and I love the fact that the skin this phone has is very near to stock Android. This phone is very smooth and confident and works great with casual use. Music, multitasking while listening to music, and video playback all work fantastically. With moderate use, I can get through a single day of charge, but I do have to wait roughly 3 hours before I'm back in business with a full battery. Based on the performance alone, I can easily look over all of its faults, especially at $59. Now yes, I was really shocked about the performance of this phone. I can say it kind of struggles a little bit with touch. The Google keyboard feature, where you slide your thumb along the spacebar to move the cursor, is pretty much unusable. And sometimes I feel like the phone registers my touches in different locations rather than where I actually touched, or it's just not registering my touches at all. It seems to only show up when I'm touching closer to the edge of the screen. Another thing that I don't really like is the fact that the notification light does not blink at all when you have the phone charging. It's only there to show you where your battery level is. The camera on this phone isn't good, but it's not particularly bad either. You have to remember that this phone does start at $50. Yes, images are a little washed out. Yes, they do have a little blue or purple hue from the highlights in the photo. Yes, there's a huge onion ring bokeh effect, but the HDR does really work, and it tries its hardest to help minimize those issues, except the onion ring bokeh. And when you try hard enough, you can really get nice focus. Plus, there's some really cool features like night mode, panorama mode, beauty mode for selfies, and a dual mode which takes a snapshot of both cameras and puts it all in one photo. The Amazon Prime exclusive BLU R1 HD is a rather interesting phone that I think is well worth its price. At $50 you get a phone that is very well rounded. Its performance is very surprising, the battery is decent, and only loses maybe 3 to 4% overnight. Yes, the phone has issues that annoy me, but I can't help but put my SIM card back in it and leave for the day. Plus it works wonderfully with Ford's Sync 3 system.